a Thursday, Friday day. So as we have already mentioned, so on Thursdays, like as far as triangles is concerned, what is the thing that we do? So as far as short triangles are concerned, what are the thing that we do? So it's pretty simple. It's kind of actually pretty straightforward. So as far as Thursdays are concerned, we know that all the out of the money options are going to expire completely worthless. Okay, so as far as the Thursday is concerned, we ourselves know that all the out of the money options are going to completely expire worthless. Now, if you know for yourself the out of the money options are going to be expiring worthless, and we know that on Thursdays at 10 o'clock, if we sell a call option and a put option that is more or less trading at around 40-45 rupee range or 40 to 50 rupee range, and if we set a stop loss like at 75, so if you're selling something at 40, you should set your stop loss somewhere at 70. If you're selling something at 45, 50, you can set your stop loss at 75. That is more or less like 25 to 30% of the premium. So if you set a stop loss like that, we know that Thursday is the day when all the out of the money options are going to expire worthless. So if the markets are going to go sideways, then we know for ourselves that both the options would stay out of the money, and they'll kind of actually become worthless. However, today there was a difference. So today, beginning of the day itself, we saw that Bank Nifty was really bearish. That is, in the first 15 minutes itself, the Bank Nifty was actually extremely bearish. So this is so I'll just take out this 15 minutes charts first. So it's continuing to drop. So I really don't have to do anything because I'm sold on call options. I had updated in Discord. I know how many of you saw. So at the beginning of the day itself, at the first 15 minutes itself, how is Bank Nifty looking? So Bank Nifty is actually extremely bearish at the beginning of the day itself. Today, from the beginning onwards, the banks are looking extremely bearish. Then what happens is that we know, okay, call and put we need to sell. So when banks are looking extremely bearish, and it is actually giving us a sell setup entry also. So pivot level, so one of the setups, one of the most easiest setups that we follow is we look at the pivot levels. We just look at how the major banks are looking, how the India VIX is doing. So we realize that okay, India VIX is actually rising. Today, today itself, if you have a look at India VIX, the VIX values rose from around 16.2. Right now, it is trading at around 17.3. Not trading, it's at 17.3. So the VIX values actually rose. So all the banks are looking bearish. Bank Nifty is obviously banks bearish means Bank Nifty bearish. First 15 minutes itself, we kind of actually have an extreme drop. Bank Nifty kind of actually breaking below the pivot. So which is actually a sell setup for the Bank Nifty futures logic that we look. Price trading below the VWAP levels. Banking stocks looking bearish. Bank Nifty bearish. It is breaking below the pivot levels. Isn't it a sell setup? So some people ask me, why didn't I sell a put? That's why I'm explaining. Isn't that a sell setup? Come on, guys, just unmute yourself and speak up. Let's make it a bit interactive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It is a sell setup. Then why do you want to sell a put? Only sell the call. So today, rather than entering the trade at 10, I entered the trade somewhere at 9:25 itself. 9:25, 9:20 itself, I entered the trade. So it is because of the fact that banks are looking extremely bearish, and at that particular point of time, I was capable of selling the 41,100 call option for a premium of 47. Okay, 41,100 call option was trading at a premium of 47.35. Okay, so this one. So now Bank Nifty has to break today's day side. See, Bank Nifty from the first 15 minutes itself, it kind of actually took a drop of around how many points? First 15 minutes itself, it took a drop of around 300 points. Now from here, now Bank Nifty is actually okay. Forget about this part. Bank Nifty dropped down by 300 points. The 41,100 is actually how many points away? So by the time I'm entering the trade, this particular strike is like 700 points away. Now Bank Nifty needs to pick 700 points above so that 41,100 becomes in the money. And we are getting this 41,100 for 47.3. So isn't it a good deal? So a strike that is trading like 600 points away, it is trading at 41,100. So I go ahead and I sell the call option. Okay, so that part is clear. So simple. So we usually think about selling strikes of around a premium of around 40, 45. Today we sell something at 47, not a big difference. we sell it a bit early and we get a higher premium also. So if I was to sell at, so if I'm to kind of actually sell at 10 o'clock, then I probably would have got 41 100 only for 34. Or if I'm to sell 4900, I would have got it for 43. So I went ahead and sold the 41 100 and getting 47.3. That is actually a very good range is also there. Banks are looking bearish. So now should I be shorting futures? So we know that, okay, we're getting a sell setup. So as per our sell setup, we could have actually gone for a short over here. You go for a sell position over here. Your probable stop loss like, uh, so in this case, you can't take a stop loss of 300 points. That is, risk factor is going to be too high. So maybe a 150 points risk, okay, or a 100 points risk, let's assume 150 to 200 points, okay. So that way you could have done, but I don't want to do that because I'm already having a short side position. I have solved the call options. Now, if market falls down, nothing I had to do. I'll just have to stick on to this position. So that 47.3 has become 28.4 now. Okay, 47.3 has become 28.4 now. Now, if I want to do something, only thing I had to do now is, let's say that market is once again going bullish. Okay, so market is going bullish. So initially, my plan was that if market actually picks up above this particular level, if the market actually picks up above this particular level, I'll go for selling put options. But right now, what I'm personally feeling is, I'll show you the option chain, then you'll understand better. Just hold on. So now markets are, if the markets are to fall down further or markets are going to stay like this, nothing I have to do. So I don't have to do any new positions or anything. I'll just stay. So it would be like around like a 0.5% return. If the markets are to pick up, then we'll sell the put option. Now I'll tell you the logic of when to sell the put option and how to do it. So most probably, if markets, even if markets are going to pick up, I really don't think we'll make a loss on the call that we sold until and unless we have an extreme, how many points? Until and unless we kind of actually have an extreme 800 point move on the upside. So we need an 800 point move on the upside. So again, it is dropping. Somebody who bought a call option, a put option, he would have been benefited a lot. But I didn't want to buy put options today. So if I had to buy put option, so this should be the strike I should have bought, 4600. Just think about this. Okay. So this is the point where Bank Nifty actually breaks the pivot level. So we have the sell setup. So once it breaks the day slow, we can actually go for a long on the put option. So at that point of time, the premium of 4600, that is nothing else but just the at the money put option, was around 150. Yeah, it was actually around 150, the premium of at the money put option. Now if you have to keep a stop loss of, let's say, 200 points on the futures chart, your stop loss on the options premium is going to be how much? You had to keep a 200 points on the spot, that is like around 200 points on Bank Nifty futures. How much would be your stop loss on the options premium if you are to trade naked options? Okay, I don't encourage trading naked options, but if you have to do that, so what would be your stop? Approx. Anyone? Just try answering, guys. You guys know it. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So ATM delta 100 means your stop is going to be around 100 points. So if you're buying at 150, your stop would be around 50 if you have to trade naked. Else, if the move holds, you have to convert into a spread. Fine. So I didn't want to do this. Why? Because first of all, the VIX was actually pretty high. And what I personally felt is, what if the market actually moves or halts somewhere over here itself? Then I will end up losing money because this is purely like this 4600, 4600. Most of it was purely extrinsic value itself at that point also. Okay, so I didn't do that. Now, okay, I'll just take out the option chain. Okay, so now let's have a look at the option chain of the Bank Nifty. Okay, this is So after this, I'll just quickly mention like when I'll be thinking about selling the put option. So let's have a look at Bank Nifty. Now, which are the strikes that has maximum OI? So which could be the probable trading range? Let's try to identify that as far as the call side and as far as the put side, both of them are concerned. So first, let's look into the call side. Okay. So let's see which is the strike that has maximum OI. Obviously, 41,000. You can see 41,000 has an OI of around 28.9 lakhs. Okay. So 28.9 lakhs open interest is actually present for this particular strike. So what do you think are the chances that this strike can be taken on? 41,000. So 41,000, it has an OI of 28.9 lakhs. So right now it is trading at 34. Okay. So what are the chances? Like, what do you think are the chances that this level can be taken or not? I would kind of actually say the chances are very less. So now do you understand? So 41,000 has maximum OI. The strike above that, that is 41,100. That is what we have sold. Okay, 41,100 is what we have actually sold. One strike above, the strike with maximum OI. So always multiples of 1,000, they have very high OI. Now if you see 42,000 also will be having very high. 43 also will be having high. 43 I don't, yeah. 43,000 always multiples of 1,000, they have very high OI, but the range is also pretty fine. Now let's have a look into the put side. Okay, let's actually have a look into the put side. So as of now, which looks like a good boundary for the put side. So our friend Harsh was, I guess Harsh Bajaj, yeah. Our friend Harsh Bajaj was mentioning about he selling the 4,500 put. So he actually sold 4,500 put, considering the fact that he felt this could actually hold as a good support for Bank Nifty. So right now also we see 4,500 has a very good OI. But since the markets were actually sliding, the markets were kind of actually still continuing to look extremely bearish. I really didn't think about selling a put option. Now also, I don't have any plans of selling any put option. So after 4,500, so the next strike looks 40,000. So once again, this is also the multiple of 1,001, 40,000. So we have a very handsome premium here also. So right now, 40,000 has a OI of how much? It has an OI of around 22.1 lakhs, and it has a premium of 50 rupee. See, when we solve 41.1 KC for 47, we actually have like a 50 rupee premium for 40,000. So should we sell this now? Should we be selling it? What do you think? So based on your understanding, like what do you feel about it? Should we be kind of going ahead and selling it? The banks are looking bearish. So what do you feel? So should we be selling it to collect an extra 50? Just try answering. Exactly. So it really doesn't look like we should actually be going ahead and selling that. Why? Because the markets are still looking weak. So VIX values is still rising. So IndusInd Bank was the only bank that was looking bullish. Now that also started dropping. So IndusInd Bank had a good gap up opening. So now it is kind of coming towards the opening levels. More or less, it has approached the opening levels. It is approaching the opening levels now. At 1195, it opened at around 1180. It's trading at 1193.4 now. Once again, it is approaching the opening levels. So it's not a good idea to once again sell a put option now also, because still it is looking bearish. Now I'll tell you like where I'll think about selling a put option now. Okay, so you see this. I'll just add the VWAP. Okay, so VWAP just for an explanation purpose now, but I just wanted to say, obviously, just because the price closes above the VWAP or something, I'm not actually going to go for a buy. I'm not going to sell a put. Okay. Okay, this is the spot chart. Just a second. Just remove everything unnecessary. purely have just the VWAP. Okay. So now it is still continuing to look bearish. Nothing to do. However, what if the price crosses above the VWAP level? Okay. So what if the price actually crosses above the VWAP level? If it crosses above the VWAP level, and then once again it actually picks up above this particular point, that is, if it picks up above this particular pivot level, then we'll kind of actually consider selling the at the money put or buying the at the money put. Now I'll tell you why. So let's say that the price is actually going to cross above the 40,750 marks. I guess I have mentioned to you on Discord. Just share it. So if the price is to break above the 4750 marks, okay, the price is to break above the 4750 marks, so we might actually consider buying maybe the 4900, or yeah, we might kind of consider buying the 4900, maybe even the 41,000 call itself, provided it is happening towards the later part of the day. Yeah, can you hear me now? I think my audio is low. Just a second. Yeah. So once it crosses above the 4750 marks, so why the 4750 marks? Is this particular level. Okay. So once again, this particular level is actually lower than the day's high. It is lower than the strike that we have solved. It is actually lower than the 50. It is lower than the 41,100 call option that we solved. But if it breaks above this particular level, we are anticipating an upside move. So then we'll consider buying the at the money call or selling the at the money put. Now your question would be, what decides whether you're going to buy an at the money call or to sell an at the money put? The logic is pretty simple. So if it is actually happening very late, there is going to be no premium for at the money put. Okay, so if it is actually going to happen very late, there is kind of going to be no premium at all for selling the at the money put. So under such situations, we would consider buying the at the money call. So why? Because by then, whatever call option that we have sold for 47, it probably would be maybe trading at some 10 rupee, or maybe even 5 rupee something if it is too late. And if we can actually buy the 41,000 call for maybe, let's say, 8 rupee or 10 rupee, nothing wrong in that. If you're expecting it to be extremely bullish to pick up above the 41,000 mark. Okay. So only then we'll decide whether to buy the call option or to sell the put option. So it depends on the premium at which it is available at that point of time. But let's say a quick move is happening now itself. That is, a very sharp move is actually happening now itself. Then we'll consider selling the put, because there will be premium. There will be actually some premium there. And once again, whatever we are going to sell, we'll think about selling it at the same premium, at a similar premium. So if we sold the call option for 47, the put that we are going to sell, more or less, we'll try to sell it at around a similar premium itself. Why? Because then once again, the same like our Thursday strangle. We sell a strike, we set a stop loss of around 40% or 50% of the premium, and one of the strikes is going to hit our stop loss. The other strike, if it expires worthless, still we end up on a green basis, right? So I was actually pretty fast in the explanation, and I guess you guys would be having some queries. Just feel free to ask me. If there is something that you couldn't follow, just let me know. Hello? I can't hear anything connected to this. Yeah. Yeah, hello? Is there something you'd like to ask? Hi, Aditya.
Hi Hari,
Yeah, hi, Aditya.
I just want to ask कि I should buy put or call.
You should buy put or call. In the sense, buy put or call, it is depending on the strength of the move that you expect. If you are expecting a very sharp move to take place, you should be buying a put. But if you are not
Okay.
really sure about the strength of the move that is going to take place, you should be selling it. So I was not really sure about the strength of the move that is going to take place. Because on every Thursday, we know that options are going to expire worthless. We sell calls, we sell puts, we convert it into a triangle. Then most probably is going to expire worthless. And we always keep stop loss for the sell. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Hari, Chetan here.
Hi, Chetan.
Hey, hi. What about pyramiding? Let's say if the market is sliding,
Hmm.
what about pyramiding it and gaining more points?
So in that particular case, you should manage your exposure accordingly. That is, you should actually be planning out your risk. That okay, you're going to add more positions at a later point of time. So in this particular case, my plan was actually to go like step by step all in, and I'm already in. So that's what I said. My average entry is 47.3. You get that?
Right.
So
Got it.
after
Got it.
adding on to the positions, that is my average 47.3. So now I
Okay.
don't have like I can't see now if the market is to pick up, I have to take an extra like risk, right? I have to sell
Hmm.
puts. Okay, I have to actually sell puts, so I have to account for that also. So now I'm not going to take any more short side exposure.
Okay. And what about, let's say, if the making it 40 premium throughout, let's say in the first half,
So
booking,
yeah, you're kind of actually thinking about cutting this position,
and
coming
then
down to 40 premium again, right?
yes,
Okay, fine. So in that case, so right now we have a cushion of 700 points, right?
right,
4,400. What we have sold is 41,100.
41,100,
Yeah, that is like 700 points,
correct.
right? 700 points. Now some would be like, isn't it 650 points? Not 650. 650 plus the 47 that we collect.
Premium,
700.
yes.
Okay, so that's 700 points that we have. Now let's say that you want to kind of actually sell another strike that is trading at a premium of 40 rupee afternoon. That is what you're asking, right? Maybe at
Right,
12 or something.
correct.
Okay, you're going to bring down your range to maybe 200 or 100.
Yeah, maybe that point of
Yeah,
time, right.
you're going to bring down your range to 200. Why do you want to do that?
Not in the second half, that's why
Yeah.
I meant in the first half itself. Right
Now,
now,
okay, so fine. Now, if you want to kind of actually sell a strike that is having a premium of 40, it is 41,000. It is like one strike below.
yeah,
You can collect an extra 10 points. You can do that. You can
in
do
the
that.
first half,
Yeah,
obviously in
now
the
itself.
second half, premiums will be very less.
Not
So,
second half. Now itself. If you want, you can do. You can bring it down to 41,000.
hmm,
Premium is for 41,000. The premium is 37. Around
37 right now.
around 40 it is. You can do that. You can definitely do that. You can consider doing that. You can collect an extra. How many points? Yeah, you can kind of
Extra
actually.
12, 13 points.
Yeah, you can actually collect an extra 10 points.
10, yeah, 10.
Charges also, no? Extra 10 points you
Yes,
can collect. You can definitely you can do. That's possible. That's a good idea. You can actually think about doing it.
yeah, that's what I was planning
Sure,
actually.
definitely. You can definitely do that. That's a very good option. Okay, Chetan. That's a very good option. If you want to do that, you can definitely do that. You can collect an extra 10 points. Your ROI would increase maybe an extra 0.2 percentage. You can increase your ROI.
Correct. Because going beyond 41,000 is not possible. It's not a good idea
Yeah.
also.
So see, now once again, I guess I mentioned to you, the 41,000 is where there's a huge barrier.
Correct.
Okay. So I have actually selected a strike one step ahead of the barrier. So first
Right.
the barrier. Now if the barrier is also being reached, so let's kind of actually say that Bank Nifty is reaching this barrier of 41,000.
Hmm.
So you know, right? These multiples of thousands are usually psychological levels also. It will actually play around for some time. It can't straight. It usually doesn't straight. I can't say it can't. Usually it can't directly break away that's 41,000 marks. More or less, it is going to play around some time over there.
Right.
Okay. So if that is also happening, I'll have sufficient time to plan. I'll have time to think.
Right.
Right. So that is another reason. But if you are actually sold on the 41,000, maybe if a huge spike is happening, so we kind of saw situations like this last Thursday, I guess. Right? Last Thursday,
Yes.
I forgot.
Last to last Thursday.
Yeah. all of
Upward
a
spike.
sudden, out of nowhere, Bank Nifty picked up and it reached all-time high,
Right.
right? Yeah. So if something like that happens, 41,000 could actually act as a barrier. You'll kind of maybe get some time to at least exit your existing position,
Correct.
right? So see, the thing is, as long as it stays out of the money, something can be done. So even
Right.
if market is going to pick up 41,100, it will actually first the barrier has to be broken. So that is why I have selected one strike above that. Now what you're saying is, can I bring it down to one strike to collect an extra 10 points? You can do. Definitely you can do. So I'm doing it safe. So that's why I sold 41,100, one strike above the barrier.
Right.
Got it.
Got it. Got it.
See, if I personally knew market is going to fall down like this, I would have put options, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Then none of us know.
Obviously.
See, something I bought for maybe 150 rupee, it probably would have reached 275. That is almost like 90% appreciation. Right? I should have done that. If we knew, okay, this is going to fall, slide on this much, we could have bought put options. And now somebody would be like, okay, I bought exactly 150, I sold exactly at 300, and you should be God. Nobody can do that. If you can exactly say, I bought exactly over here, I'm selling it. No, you can't do that. But when you're selling options, when you're doing spreads, what you're doing is you're thinking about taking that advantage of time.
Correct.
So you actually have some time to think. You probably could kind of maybe rethink about whatever you had done, or maybe something that can be done better. You have some time. So let's
Right.
see. So for now, nothing is being done. So as I mentioned to you, if Bank Nifty breaks above 4750 marks, that is when I'll actually think about selling put options. To sell about selling put options more or less of the same premium itself. I'll keep the same stop loss.
Hmm.
So here I have sold for 47.3, stop loss kept at 75. Again, I'll sell put option. I'll sell it around 47, 47.3, 45 itself. Keep my stop loss as 75. If market moves in one direction, one side stop loss will hit, other side will be profitable.
Okay. Yes.
I'll still get like 20 points.
30.
If market
30%.
hits two stop losses, I lose 40 points. Got it.
Got it.
Market is going to
Yes.
hit both sides stop loss, I'll end up losing 40 points. But that chances are very less. You guys, I have shown you the studies, right? Like chances that
Right.
after this particular time we have a big wave shape move, only then this will happen. If market is to stay like this, only nothing we had to do. Just take home the 47.
Yeah,
Right?
anyways, we will be entering PE position after V shape only. So
Exactly.
again, taking a V is very different.
Yeah. We might not even be selling a put option. Rather, we'll be buying a
Yeah.
put option. We might be buying. So you told me about selling 41,100, right? So market is
Right.
actually breaking above 40,750. We might consider buying maybe the 41,000 call, or maybe the 40,900 call option. Maybe at that point of time, the premium is maybe let's say some 10 rupee. Nothing wrong in buying that, because we have collected a 50 rupee, 47 we have collected. Now we're paying
Right.
10. Nothing wrong in that, right?
Correct. Yes.
So if the market picks above 4,900, we will make profit. And if it stays below 41,100, that also will make profit, right? So those
Yeah.
things is basically a numbers thing. Like we'll have to think at that point of time. So we'll have to
Got
look
it.
into the premiums then. Okay. So I
Yes.
really won't be doing anything now. The markets has to fall down. Also, there is nothing much for me to kind of actually do now. Just stick on, because if I wanted to buy a put, this would have been the opportunity. Now I don't know. Some of you must have maybe bought. You must have actually bought at that low. So this would have been the opportunity. I didn't expect it to be this bearish. That's why I sold calls. Okay, but this selling options would be a more comfortable approach, in fact.
Yeah,
Because
it's
you,
more of
yeah,
peace thing.
yeah, it is more of a peaceful thing, provided you know how to do it, how it works. Okay,
Right.
so Chetan, yeah, thank you. So is your
Thank you.
query is clear, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so thank you. So any other queries, guys? So is there anything else you would like to ask? So friends, like if you have any queries, just feel free to ask me. Don't worry. Today's thing, we usually get these kind of moves like usually after a hold. That is why we kept it for 10. Today we kind of had a moves happening early. Okay, so let's see. And now I'll actually update you if the market goes above 47.50. That is when I will initiate my next position. Till then, nothing is being done. Okay. So thank you all. Have a great day. What do you do? What do we do in case of a split? What you should be doing? You should not be doing anything. So most probably, like mostly, what we see is after a split, the price comes down, and we kind of actually see usually we see a spiked up demand in the stock because it looks like becomes more lucrative for new buyers to buy. So usually we see usually we kind of see some sort of a spiked up demand after a split. Okay. So if you're holding it before the split, so for example, like one thing I personally held before the split was Eicher Motors. So after the split, there was a demand. That was a very good deal. Okay. So that is the usual scenario. So like my personal experience, the latest one was Eicher Motors, where we got a benefit like that. So if you are already in profits after a split, you hold it. Nothing wrong. Okay. So it never mix trading with investing, guys. So split and all really is not at all a concern for you. If you're investing in something, invest in it. Don't think about making some sort of a benefit from the split. Don't think that way. In that case, in the long run, you're going to miss out the actual gains. Okay. If you think about timing the market based on splits, all those stuff, don't think about doing it. Okay. So, yes.
Hari, one more thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. So nowadays the market actually, we see like volatility is quite high on expiries as well.
Yeah.
So what if we sell strangle, but to get extra margin benefit instead of selling the options from the same, buying the options from the same week, we do it calendar.
You
Will
can,
that?
you can do it. So, in fact, I'll just show you something. So this is like there is this thing called expert trades. Okay, sensible, so where you can actually publish trading idea. So I see. I personally had done something. I personally have actually published a trade. Okay. So this was the logic. So what I did is I solved the November call option. November expiry, 25th
Yeah.
November expiry, 20,000 call I solved. Okay. And what I did is I bought the 20,000 call option of this expiry.
Yes.
So I sold 20,000 call option for 36, and I bought 20,000 call option this month for 2 rupee. So what I was expecting to happen is I was expecting this 36 rupee to come down to almost half the value.
I have copied the logic actually. I have exited on half.
So it happened, right?
Yes, yes, it happened.
So so is it because we are clever? No, it's because of theta decay.
Correct.
So this basically happens because of theta decay. And one more thing is that in this particular case, market also fell down. Okay.
Yeah.
That is why from 36 it came down to around 15. Okay. So from 36 it kind of actually came down to 15 rupee because of the fact that market fell down. But if market didn't fall down, how much would it be? Around approx.
It would have been around
How much
20.
did market fall down from the time we took the trade? So this trade idea was actually
It was
published
at around.
on. I think I have mentioned the date also.
Yes, yes.
So this trade idea. Just a second, guys.
It was around 18th, I guess,
Published
if I'm
9
not
days
wrong.
ago.
Yeah.
Published before 9 days. How
Right.
much did code? Sorry, how much did Bank Nifty fall down? 9 days.
Uh, Not Bank Nifty. Huh.
Bank
This
Nifty,
is
sorry, Nifty.
Nifty. This has fallen around 600 points, I guess.
Has fell down by 18,600 to uh, 9 days. Yeah, 8. So that is from this day. Okay, Nifty was over here 9 days back.
18 to
Yes,
94.
28th, right? So 19. So Forget 19th, 18th. So how much did Nifty fall on? How many points?
From 18th onwards,
18,350 to 18.
around 550 points.
Oh man. From around 18,350, 18,350
Okay,
to
18,350. Yeah, right. Sorry,
Nifty fell down by around just 300 points.
300 points. Yeah,
So
correct.
when Nifty fell down by 300 points, the premiums actually dropped down by more than half, 20 points, 36,
Right,
20. If Nifty
correct.
didn't fall, also this would have been around some 20, 21.
2025. Correct.
Advantage, right? So
Right.
in this particular case, the ROI is like 2%. If I'm not wrong, I will just tell you the exact thing. So all these things, all these trades are per lot values. Okay. So when trades are basically published, when the trades are basically published, it is done in one lot. Okay. So that somebody who wants to do with one lot can also copy the idea. You just
Right.
look at the calendar at 2.5%. It's been 9 days.
Yeah.
So now it would be like showing the PNL is 900. So it's like a 2%, 2.2%. Let's take. But still good idea, right? For 10 days, you're
Yeah.
getting the 2% by just capturing the deal. So obviously, market kind of falling down by 300 points has given us an advantage. If market actually picked up sharply, we would have got a disadvantage also. If market picked up
Right.
sharply, but when a market picks up sharply, what happens to our portfolio? It will appreciate
Portfolio
more than
will
this
raise.
impact.
Yes, correct.
So when you are kind of actually having a portfolio running in good green, and if you are expecting some sort of a profit booking to take place, you can do these kind of spreads. You can sell calls, you can buy the same calls in nearby expiry. You can hold. Now I'll exit. This spread will be closed, and we'll create a new spread, collect more premium. You get that? So
Right.
that's the logic. So in fact, like anybody can do this. Anybody can actually kind of do this. Okay. Anybody can
Right.
kind of actually do these kind of spreads. You don't have to do think much and all. In fact, it's just basic logics that you are using. Okay. So in fact,
Right.
I personally publish only these kind of spreads in Sensible. I don't publish the direction spreads. Only these kind of non-directional stuff I do.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah,
Yes.
I
And
love
what about on expiry intraday calendar?
expiry
Trying.
intraday. See, intraday you won't get much of a change, man. If you're doing like calendars, I would say that you kind of actually enter into a calendar like these kind of calendars. You enter like 45 days before the expiry. You exit maybe 2 days before the expiry, or 2 weeks, or maybe 1 week before the expiry itself. You can exit because majority of the DK. See, OTM options they actually have the maximum DK happening the last 45 days.
Right.
Got it. OTM options they have maximum DK happening in the last 45 days. If you're thinking about selling an OTM option to get the DK in the last 1 week, you don't have anything. There is no DK, there is no premium.
Right.
I'll just show you. See, let's have a look at the options here. Let's have a look at the options here now itself. See, this week, this particular week itself, you take this 20,000, right? 20,000 not shown over here. 20,000 was trading at around 2 rupee.
2 rupee. Yeah.
Till yesterday, it was trading at 2 rupee itself. 20,000 was actually trading at 2 rupee itself yesterday also. 1.95 something. It was trading at somewhere around 1.9 something. I'll just show you.
Yeah. Last hour it was 1.4. Otherwise it was at 1.
20,000 call option if you see. Okay. Have a look into the daily charts. I sold it for 2 rupee. Okay. I sold this particular thing for around, for 2 rupees. So yesterday, how much was it trading for? Yesterday, it was trading for 1 rupee. Okay.
Right.
Day before yesterday, it was trading for 2 rupees. So then what DK can you actually take it? What 2 rupee? So 2 rupee selling something for 2 rupee, like what advantage will it give? Nothing.
Right. No. My the strategy which I am talking about is selling 40-40 strangle itself, but to get a margin benefit,
You
can
can
we do it calendar?
you can definitely. That
So
is
in that case, is it like on Thursdays the next week options will decay faster, a little faster than what premiums you are collecting. It should not happen that way. That is my concern.
Yeah, see, in fact, you will gain good DK if the market is staying sideways in the OTM options that you're selling, the far away expiry. The present expiry at this particular point of time, for OTM expiry, OTM strikes really don't see much of a DK. But see, the impact of IV on the far OTM expiries,
Hmm.
okay, of the later expiries are going to be higher. So in fact, see, this is one of the strategies like my mentor Jagan sir actually uses. He sells
IT Jagan.
strangles, far OTM strangles. He actually sells, and he buys the weekly expiries as hedge for it. He does that. But if there is some sort of a big move happening, then the IV will also be higher. IV will, if IV spikes, then your far OTM that you sell will spike up.
Hmm.
That would be there. You'll have to manage it. Get that?
Got it.
You can do it. Chetan can do it. Chetan can definitely try doing it. You have to manage it. It's a bit advanced. You can definitely do it. You can do it, man. You're doing intraday triangles pretty well. You know the concepts pretty well. You can do it. Go ahead.
We'll try.
Now also you can do it, but I wouldn't say to do the downside. Do the upside, do the call side,
Mhm.
because like if some sort of a markets have been bearish like last 1.5 weeks. If that bearishness
Right.
comes, if we have a spike in IV, it could be a difficulty to manage the downside. Okay, the
Hmm.
downside strikes that you sell, the IV shoots, it would be a bit difficult. But on the upside, you can do it very easily, like these. If you're selling a out of the money call option of a next monthly expiry and you're buying this monthly,
Buying
you
this
can
month.
easily do it. Because when markets pick up, it usually it is not so fast, and also IV really doesn't not as much as of an impact as of a fall won't happen there.
Right. Upside is not a issue that much.
Yeah, and you have a portfolio also, then nothing to worry, right?
Right.
And one more
Correct.
thing, so if market is picking up, obviously we be catching some directional moves. Yes, we'll be catching some directional moves too. If
Correct.
market falls down, also we'll be catching some directional move. But if an overnight big drop happens, that is when trouble comes in. Okay,
Right.
you can
Yes.
do that. You can definitely do that because ultimately OTMs don't have any intrinsic value. They have only extrinsic value.
Hmm.
The only thing we had to fight for is the intrinsic value.
Correct.
Only thing we had to safeguard as for is the intrinsic value. How much ever extrinsic value it may have at the time of expiry, that extrinsic
It will
will
go to zero. Yeah.
that's the logic.
Right.
Okay. So
Yes.
thank you. So any other
Yeah.
questions?
Thank you.
So guys, like market is still looking bearish. We don't have to do anything. Okay. Yeah, I'll upload it. So any other queries, just please let me know. If you have anything, if there is something that you don't follow, please let me know. And in fact, this particular weekend, you'll have a lot of videos on your dashboard on all the content that we have learned till now. Everything one by one, step by step, each video is going to be there. Each setup, each topic, each logic, everything. It's going to be there on your website as well as on your mobile app. Okay. So anything else, any questions? Okay, so if no questions are there, then I guess then I could just wind up for the day. Now, if the market picks up again, then I'll think about selling puts or buying call. Till then, nothing to be done. Thank you all.
Thank you.